When did pee and poo got separated?
Pee and poo come out from different holes to us, but this is not the case for birds. n.wikipedia.org web link. When did this separation occur in paleontology? Which are the first animals to feature a separation of pee versus poo? Did the first mammals already feature that? Can you think of an evolutionary mechanism that made that feature worth it? You're asking about the evolution of the perineum. 4 body walls allowed for septation, division, of a cloaca. This septation and resulting specialized organs, erectile penis, urethra, etc., allowed for mammals to be more competitive on land by supporting a diversity of reproductive strategies and precise excretory control, that is urinate or defecate purposefully to reduce predation. Birds conserve more water through uric acid mainly, possibly saving weight from other organs. Advantages I feel like were described earlier. As a biochemist, I know at least metabolism, and our large intestine begins the process of extracting nutrients from what we eat. The kidneys filters our blood through special ducts that acts as a strainer. So the nutrients get absorbed through our digestive tract with feces at the end, while the extracted nutrients go where the body needs them, subsequently going through the kidneys where the blood cells can't go through the strainer mentioned earlier. The rest of stuff from metabolism is filtered through salt concentration gradients extracting water and other intoxicants, eventually producing urea to expel waste. You seem to be knowledgeable. Birds do not have a urinary bladder or external urethral opening and, with exception of the ostrich, uric acid is excreted along with feces as a semi-solid waste. Wikipedia. Why is the ostrich special? What is it doing differently? Because the ostrich is flightless, it is subject to many of the same evolutionary constraints that apply to mammals. There isn't the same evolutionary pressure to control excretions in birds that can fly. The earliest animals are like one tube, food goes in one end, gets digested, and then undigested parts come out the other end. This is what you describe as poo. Pee is something else. It's a waste product from energy production. Even worms separate pee and poo, it's just that their pee gets processed more directly throughout the body and secreted from pores in their skin rather than getting processed through a central kidney, renal, system. Evolutionarily speaking, the small cells distributed throughout an organism like a worm's body evolved and centralized into the kidneys we see in higher animals like mammals. The pee system evolved completely separately from the poo system. They aren't at all related and didn't come from the same places as you describe them. Likely early animals redirected this pee waste processed in the kidneys down to the poo hole, and then gradually evolved the perineum in separation into multiple holes because of various benefits to having that extra waste hole, and it was easy to evolve a second waste hole near the poo hole by just evolving a bit of muscle, perineum, to separate them off. Basically, they essentially start out separate, feces being remnants of undigestible foods, uric acid and all the other kidney stuff more or less being byproducts of metabolism. Doesn't really matter what happens to that stuff after the fact, so excreting it together made some sense. Note that although the production uric acid is very water efficient, it's far less energy efficient than the production of urea. In birds, the water saving is far more important than the energy efficiency, since it means they don't need as much water and can have less dense bodies. They are split out because they are different types of waste. Feces is food that couldn't be digested, so it was never really inside the body. The inside of the intestines is not part of the body. Urine is metabolic waste filtered from the blood to keep the body's chemistry within an acceptable range. Even things like sea stars, which can invert their stomachs to digest food outside of the body, have a separate process to expel metabolic waste through their skin.